So if you've been working hard to write yourself a children's story, but now you've realized you need a cover and illustrations for your book, and hiring a traditional artist is way too expensive, and mastering drawing on your own just isn't happening, then this video is for you. Because today I'm going to show you exactly how I and countless other authors are using artificial intelligence to create professional illustrations for their children's books. So if you're tired of searching for the perfect illustrator and worrying about the cost, then get comfortable and follow along as I demonstrate how you can create some really clean and professional illustrations for your very own children's book. So without further ado, let's get started. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I used Claude AI by Anthropic to create a simple short story. From this story, I took the lazy route and let Claude decide for me what my main characters are going to look like by using this prompt. What's important here is that you're establishing your character's style and base prompt. And I'll leave these sample prompts written out for you in the description if you'd like to modify them for your own use. Then to get this bot to give me a prompt that included the characters' descriptions for all the different scenes in my book, I created this prompt. And this one took some work because the bot simply refused to write out the character's description within each new scene prompt. But as you can see, I finally managed to achieve the results I was after, getting the bot to write out every single scene with the included character descriptions. This is going to allow you to easily maintain consistent characters throughout the rest of this process. And just like that, we have our prompts and we are ready to start generating some images. For this, I'll be using DALL-E 3. This is by far my favorite art generator for this process, giving the most consistent results with very simple prompts. So here in Bing's image creator from Microsoft, I'll input the first prompt from Claude. And just as a quick side note, if you're out of boost generations here and your image seems to be taking forever, try clicking on the generation window here, as I have found myself waiting unnecessarily when the page just needed a quick refresh. And there we have our first 4 generations, and as you can see already, these characters are very consistent using this prompt method. Alright, so let me go copy the next prompt from Claude, paste this, and see what we get. Okay, not bad, but I think this style could be closer to the first image, so I will re-roll this one. And again, after about 5 seconds, I'll click the Recent tab to refresh, and bam. There we go. I think these look much better, and don't worry too much about the inconsistencies like the stars on the shirt, as I'll be showing you how to deal with these issues later in the process. Alright, let me go ahead and grab the third prompt from Claude, paste this, and create. Okay, this time I got a bunch of designs on the old man's clothing, so I'll simply go ahead and re-roll this a couple more times, giving myself some options to choose from. And this is basically the image generation process. You would just continue to generate these images for all the different scenes of your entire book, re-rolling and cherry-picking the best results. And before you get too far along in this process, you do want to start saving these images in the order of your scenes. To make this easy, just create a new folder where all your images will be stored. Then, as you're downloading your images, simply go to their file name here, rename it to the corresponding chapter, then drag it to this new folder. This way, these will all be easy to find and in order for the next step. So now let me skip ahead and generate all 30 of these images so we can move on to building the book's interior and cover. I will be using Canva to get this all done. Here, I'll start by creating a new design to the custom size of 8.625 inches by 8.75 inches. This is the side we need to accommodate for bleed when creating an 8.5 by 8.5 inch children's book. And if you happen to be creating your book at a different dimension, you can find the examples of page sizes with and without bleed by visiting Amazon KDP. Then under the bookshelf in the Tools and Resources tab, you can click on Format Your Paperback. Then under Set Trim Size and Margins, you can scroll down to these example links given. And here you can see for an 8.5 by 8.5 with bleed, the dimension needs to be the specified 8.625 by 8.75 inches. Alright, so back in Canva, the first thing you want to do to prepare for your images is set margins all the way around your page to approximately 0.375 of an inch. To make this easy, just drop your first line as close as you can get, then go to the Elements tab, grab a square shape, shrink it down into the corner, duplicate it, then drag it down to the opposite corner. Now it's easy to slide your margins to touch the side of the box and they will snap right in place. There we go, and now we can delete these boxes and lock the margins in place. Okay, now that the page is set up, I'm going to head to the folder we created earlier and upload all of my images. And since I labeled them accordingly, as I was saving them, now I can simply go to the Info tab here and easily check which scene these images correspond to. So let me go ahead and pop the first image from scene 1 onto my page here and demonstrate a few things that you can do to fix these images up and get them ready for print. Do note you will need to be a paid subscriber to Canva Pro to use the AI-powered tools that I'm going to be demonstrating. But no worries, if you use the link in the description of the video, you can try Canva Pro for free. So understanding that our safe zone is within the margins, the first thing I would do to an image like this is stretch it to just within the margins, then go to the Edit Image tab and use Canva's Magic Expand tool. With the freeform selected, I'll stretch the corners of this to fill the entire page and click Expand. This will give you 4 options to choose from. I think this one looks pretty good, so I'll click Done. And now the most important elements of your image will be safely within these margins. Then from here, I would go on to use Canva's other AI tools to fix any inconsistencies. Let me show you what I mean. Back under Edit Image, this time I'll choose the Magic Eraser tool. And with the brush tool selected, now I can go around and brush over all these little extra stars on the girl's shirt to erase these. That's better. Now we have a clean yellow shirt with 1 star in the center. And now watch this. Back under Edit Image. This time I'll choose the Magic Grab tool. This tool is extremely useful and works in 2 modes. When set to click, it will automatically highlight what objects you can select and grab as you hover over the image. But this gets even better. Let's say I want to grab the star from her shirt. In this case, you would use the brush tool. So with my brush size reduced, I'll roughly brush inside the star. Click Grab and voila. Now you can use this as a separate element across your images to maintain character consistency. You can adjust its color, size, brightness, etc. Very useful. So after zooming in and getting my star situated, as you can see, this first image is looking pretty good. And there's so much more you can do here. So let me add a page, pop the second image from scene 1 here, and have a look. Okay, so this one is a bit zoomed in with the top of Grandpa's head cut off here. So again, the first thing I'll do is use the Magic Expand tool. With freeform selected, I'll stretch the corners to fit the page, expand, choose the best, and done. Then again, I want to clean up the girl's shirt, and this time Grandpa has a brown undershirt or suspender straps here that I'm going to try to erase as well. So using the Magic Erase tool, I'll brush over everything I want to clean up. And I've noticed that most of the time, it takes several attempts to clean these up. As you can see, this didn't quite work on the first round, so I'll brush over everything again, click Erase, and finally, this image is ready to go. Then you also may have noticed the first image has stripes on the shirt, and the majority of my images do not. So instead of trying to maintain consistent stripes on all the rest of my images, instead, I'm going to go to my first image and again use the Magic Erase tool to get rid of the lines on Grandpa's shirt. Finally, I'll copy the star from here, paste it on page 2, adjust it to fit the girl's shirt, and there we go. Now this page looks a lot better. So let me add the next page, drop the next image, and repeat the process. First, I'll use the Expand tool, then the Magic Eraser. Then again, I'll paste my star, adjust to fit, and bam, all 3 of the images for my first scene are almost complete. All we need now is our text. So I'll go to Text and add a heading. Select my font. In this case, I'm going to use this storybook font, but there are lots of options here. Just choose what you like and make sure it's nice and readable. So let me go ahead to my story. Copy the dialogue from this scene, jump back into Canva, and paste this here. Then the first thing I want to do is change this text to white. Then I'm going to use the effects to add a shadow, which will help this writing stand off the page a bit. And sometimes this text might need a little more separation from the background. So one easy way to find suggestions for this is to use Canva's Quick Actions tab here. This will usually lead you precisely to what you are looking for. As you can see, you'll get suggestions for graphics that will match your design. So I'll click See All, and here we have a bunch of these blobs that I can use behind my text. This one here should work well. Then to change its color to match the image, I'll use the eyedropper tool, grabbing this background color. Then I'll just get this behind my text, turn its transparency down, and there we go. Much better. So now I'll carry on this way, duplicating this text and blob, then replacing the words with the corresponding storylines. And this is how you'll continue to build out your entire book. And if you want your book to look a little more professional, I would suggest including what they call front and back matter. There is flexibility here, but I would recommend including a title page, a copyright page, and a dedication page to the front of your book. You could also include a quote page or an intro page. And here's a pro tip. Try using Ideogram AI to create a title page. That's how I generated this title. This was my original generation. I just isolated the text using the Magic Grab tool, not the Grab Text tool, as this will mess it up. Then I removed the background and added a light blue glow effect. Also, if you're using Amazon KDP, your first page will be printed on the right. As you can see, my book will open up to the title page, then move to the copyright page. followed by a dedication page, then a quote page, and finally my story begins. And for the back matter of your book, I would recommend a call to action page written in the first person, asking readers to give a review. With this framework in mind, you'll have your book looking very professional in no time. Finally, we're ready to create our book's cover. For this step, you're going to need to head back to Amazon KDP and use their cover calculator tool. To find the calculator, click on Tools and Resources. Then from the sidebar on the left, click on Format Your Paperback. Then under Download a Cover Template, select Cover Calculator and Templates. From here, you need to enter your book's information. This is going to be a paperback, and I want premium color with white pages, reading from left to right, and I want the measurement in inches. I also want the interior trim size to be 8.5 by 8.5 inches. Then add your page count here and calculate dimensions. This will bring up a downloadable version of your cover template. Download this, and then we can head back to Canva. Once here, we need to upload the cover template downloaded from KDP. Then select Open this photo in a new design. Or not. So apparently this file is too big to import as a PNG, so instead I'll open the PDF version. The only problem with this is that now you're going to need to get rid of all this text. Then from here, I would actually go back to my interior pages, add a couple of blank pages, then begin using the elements from these pages to build my custom cover. So starting with the front, I simply repurposed the elements from the title page, resizing them and adding a new background. And then for the back cover, again I used this Starry Night background that I actually generated here in Canva using their image generator. Then after adding the text from the quote page here, there we go, quick and easy cover for our new book. I'm going to go ahead and download both of these individually in PNG format. Now I'll go back to the cover template, upload these two pages, pop them on their corresponding sides of the template, stretch them to fit, and just like that, our cover is basically done. Now to make sure none of your important elements are cut off by the border or covered up by the yellow credits box, you can move this cover template to the front of your image and turn its transparency down. Then once everything looks good here, you can go ahead and delete the cover template. And now we are actually done. Except for one very important thing. All of these images are low resolution and need to be upscaled. Luckily, Canva has a really good upscaler right here in their apps section. The only catch to using this tool is that you can't upscale projects, only images. But since we downloaded our cover pages separately, they're already PNG images and ready to be upscaled. So I'll do that by going to the Apps tab here, then down under Popular Apps, you'll see the Image Upscaler. Choose this, and you can see my image is already highlighted, so I'll click Upscale Image. And after this processes for about 15 seconds or so, you can select Replace Image. Your image will go blurry for a second, then you'll get this Successful Image Replacement message. Now I'll select my back cover, then go back on the Upscaler, then Upscale Image. And that's it, your cover is now ready to be uploaded on Amazon KDP. This time when saving, you want to be sure to download as a PDF print. I also flatten PDF. And if you're a subscriber to Canva Pro, then you can select the CMYK Best for Professional Printing option. Now you just need to repeat this process for all of your interior pages. And since the upscaler won't allow you to upscale the page or project, you will need to download the entire project in PNG format, then re-upload the PNG images. Then you'll need to walk through your entire book, deleting the original images and replacing them with your new PNGs. Now when you're using the upscaler on these PNGs, you'll get the entire image, including all the edits. This process is going to take some time, but you don't want to publish a children's book with grainy, low-quality images. So once you've replaced and upscaled all of your pages, you're ready to download your project. Again, this time you want to choose PDF Print. Also flatten PDF and select the CMYK Best for Professional Printing option. And that's it. We are now ready to post this new book for sale on Amazon KDP. So let's do it. Here in Amazon KDP, we're going to select Create. Then I want this to be a paperback, so I'll choose Create Paperback. Now we need to fill out all the details for our book, starting with the book's title and description. And if you need help with this, just go back to Claude and ask it, can you give me some alternative titles for this story, as well as an SEO-friendly description that can be used when listing this for sale on Amazon? Alright, so I'll pop the title in here, then continue to fill out the rest of this information. The book needs an author. You can use a pen name here or your own. Do note this cannot be changed once the book is published. Then I'm also going to add myself as the illustrator. Then here we can put in our description from Claude. Then I own and hold publishing rights. No for adult content. Then you can give an age range here if you like. I'll say 4 through 10. Marketplace is Amazon. Then under choose categories, I'm going to choose children's books. Then action and adventure. Then if you want to go deeper and add subcategories, start with the new category. Again, this will be a children's book. Then add the subcategories you like. I'm going to choose education and reference, then science studies, then nature, and finally I'll say water because Maya is looking at microorganisms in the water in this story. Then save and continue. And here I'll select large print because my font is bigger than 16 point. Now you need to put in 7 keywords. These keywords will help your book rank in search, so be sure to use searchable terms related to your book. Then I'll keep the publication date the same as the release date, and release my book now is good, so I'll save and continue. And then in this section, you're going to want to choose a free ISBN by clicking Assign Me a Free KDP ISBN. Then I want this to be premium color interior with white paper. Then it's important that you change the trim size to 8.5 by 8.5 inches here. Under bleed settings, I'll select bleed PDF only. Then I chose a glossy finish for my cover. Finally, here you can upload your book's interior. Next, your cover by selecting upload cover you already have. Then upload cover and importing your book's cover. Then here, Amazon will ask you if AI was used in the creation process. I'll select yes for the writing, then I'll choose entire book with minimal to no editing, and I'll input Claude AI. And for the images, I'll input DALL-E 3 and many images with extensive editing. Finally, if everything is correct with your files, you'll be able to launch the previewer. Here you can make sure everything looks good and all your images are within the margins. If so, click approve, then you can save and continue to the final step. Oops, I guess I forgot to put none for the translations, so after doing that, I'll save and continue. Then here, you can set your price. I'm setting mine for $11.99. This will leave me $2.99 royalty on each sale. And that's it. Finally, you can publish your new book to be sold on Amazon. And if you'd like to learn more about publishing to Amazon KDP, then check out this video here on how to create and sell super simple coloring books. Don't forget to smash that like button for me, and if you have any questions about what we've covered in this video, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Thank you, stay safe, and be blessed.